everyone, and welcome to Zeepkist Cup of the Day. For those of you who don't know how this works, we get 10 minutes to practice a map we've never seen before, after which there will be 2-minute elimination rounds where the slowest players get eliminated. Today's map is by Northwind. Getting very old Kern vibes already, including the half bobsled. This should be a fun one, because Northwind maps, I think, generally tend to work pretty well for a Cup of the Day. It takes, a few minutes to learn the map well, but then eventually you find that super smooth line in it. So hopefully that's what happens and we can really optimize this map to the extreme. That being said, this map seems to be on the easy end for Northwind maps. Pretty easy to do so far. I'm betting you can go off straight here. Yep. Alright, this could be something I'm pretty good at. Like I said, very old Kern, kind of like last week's map, last week's Icarus map, where it's just smooth lines. That tends to be where I do good. I'm already up 10 speed somehow. Yeah, this is already a much smoother run. You actually, those are 200 speed boosters, so you're at max speed there. Which maybe means it's a little bit less about speed conservation than I originally would have thought. Couple chops of arms up to get in safely. You might even be able to angle your body a little bit to save a, I don't know, hundredths of a second. Yeah, you see pretty much everybody doing that little jump there that I almost did. That'll probably save some time. Northwind thinks the AT is strong. It is a 44.4. Got a lot of strong players in here, so I'm sure they'll be able to get there eventually. What's my speed going to be up here? Oh, plus speed. Okay. That might have been a good bobsled entrance then. I think that bobsled entrance is going to be important because speed is evened out at that point with the 200 speed booster. So the bobsled entrance determines everything for the end of the map. I'm going to practice this jump at the beginning a little bit. It might honestly not be a jump, or at least not very much of a jump. That actually worked better than I expected. I thought I was going to get a little hop coming out of the bobsled, but that was actually pretty smooth, and I am way up speed, so maybe that was good. That was less good. See, that was a very clean little jump. And is that a 180 booster or not? Yeah, clean entry. That should be another strong map for me 2 weeks in a row. Something that actually kind of is a style I'm good at. 44.8, pretty close to that author time. Zomin's getting close, RTY's getting close. Quite a few strong players in this lobby you can already see on the leaderboard. Do wonder about that bobsled exit, because it seems like I might be able to carry more speed if I go low on exit, although it is a weird little drop that you get. Hardly did any steering in that second bobsled section. That's probably the ideal way to do this. There you go. See, I was able to angle the body a little bit. The finish triggers on where your body is, not where your car is. So if you're angled forward, you can save, very slight fractions of a second. Zoman does get the author time by a whole thousandth of a second. Oof, ouch. I'm actually in second place, which is very unusual for me in the warm-up rounds. I think I'm one of the people, I take a little bit longer to really get a feel for the map. Waddup says his goal is round 3. Goal for every cup is round 3. It's good to have. It's one of the things I love about the Cup of the Day format, is that no matter what your skill level, you can set a different goal for yourself. Whether that be making it out of round 1, making it through to round 3. I think there's a lot of breakpoints, top 20, get to top 16 with the double eliminations, or top 14, I guess, with double eliminations. I always say top 10. Although nowadays maybe that should be like closer to a top 6, like a single elimination cutoff goal. Especially on this map. I mean, this map, my goal might be to finish second behind Zoman. Zoman looks like he might be a little unbeatable. It's too bad Kerncob's not in the lobby because, like I said, this is kind of old Kern map. Another thing, maybe editor Lexer can give me the answer to this on screen here, but the map name, 2 years, has this been 2 years since Cup of the Day started in Zeepkist? So we're probably pretty close to that. Okay, so down a couple tenths. I guess I'm in a good enough position that I should actually be trying things in the warm-up round. Like, for instance, not jumping. It was about the same. I do kind of like that low exit. Practically don't have to steer on that quarter pipe piece. You can cut the corner there a tiny bit. You can cut this a tiny bit. That's going to be 200 speed. You might be able to get minusculely more speed by angling yourself off of that booster. Oh, that is very much a thing. That wheel hook on the inside wall. Yeah, plus 3 speed off of that. And then it's like just enough arms up to tilt your body. But any more than that, and you're going to end up really high on the finish. The lower you are, the better. I do think the tiny jump is good. YOLO. Sowing the seeds of chaos. Unless there's actually a risky and I just haven't seen it. Given that I'm in second, though, I'm pretty confident there's not. I do think that is a max 180 speed booster, so actually time matters more than speed then at the first checkpoint. Times are going to be very close this whole cup because of the fact that there is sort of speed regulation with the boosters. So you don't have this snowballing speed effect. Ugh. Oh, and we're out of time. So Zoman in first, beating the author time. Myself effectively in second, with Northwind not participating. RTY third, Sandals with the last second improvement. Round up there, Palfly is going to be an interesting one to watch. I think they're Actually, they said they were a really old player from Zeepkist multiple years ago that's just sort of just getting back into the game, but they've looked really fast recently. Yeah, here we go. 2-minute rounds. Bottom 4 or however many DNF get eliminated. Do I keep players on? Probably not with that slow of a load in. Let's make sure I can see the map first. High bobsled. Oh, there. That felt good. You go very high in the bobsled, and then you can get the low exit without the strange little bounce. Almost fell off the track. It's fine. I have more than enough time for a second run. I'll just get a finish. Gonna have to get comfortable with that wheel hook on that downward turn. There you go, first finish. 45-1 on a round where I made a mistake. That puts me pretty comfortably, I would say. Actually enter the bobsled low, run up high, and then swing back down. I think that's the way to go. This should be a bit cleaner. Let's see what the speed difference is. 11. Yeah, that's quite a lot. This is actually, is this PB pace? AT pace? World record pace? AT pace. I'll take that. Zoman's still in the lead. We got just 4 DNFs at the moment, not counting Northwind, of course. So yeah, just the 4 DNFs for the 4 round 1 eliminations. People gonna need to be getting times. 48 is the slowest time. Looks like 45s, 46s might be DNF, might be elimination range. Not the most amazing start, but I'm not going to need the most amazing start yet. And speed is the same no matter what start I get. So it's not like I'm going to be practicing with the wrong speed or something. This might be a tiny bit more speed because I was angled sort of off of the booster differently. Almost got into the wheel hook. And that final booster is 180 also, so the wheel hook is really only for that turn that, that you are wheel hooking. That is the only improvement you're going to get out of it. RTY now beats the author time. Up a tiny bit of time. Not really a whole lot of time to be gained in the first couple corners. Yeah, that was a strange line. I'm sort of wondering, like, jump angle. Like, this will probably save me more time. Yeah, another 200ths. That was very clean as well. That was less clean. Still somehow up. In speed, even. And down in speed a little bit. Yeah, not quite going to be an improvement here, and it looks like we still have 4 DNFs again. Actually, just 3 DNFs, my bad. Plot does get a time, but will be eliminated with a high 46. So actually everybody, I think some improvements being made, so 47s and 48s. People getting faster, RTY improves his own time. At the end there, Zoman up to second. Oops, not a great start again. But 180 speed no matter what. down a little bit more there. I made the round 1 mistake that I, again... $44.9 should be me through. I'm going to turn players on just to see if I see anything. Jumped very far to the left. That was not ideal. Jumping more to the right is better because it saves more time. You're reducing the time you're spending in turn 2. And it's all about time, like I said, because speed is going to be the same no matter what because of that booster. I wonder if you can get out of that bobsled a little bit quicker than I do. Stay a little bit lower, that would save a bit of time because you would have even more speed going through there. Another 0.5, I seem to be pretty consistent with that. See, Sandals coming to the end. Nick flips off the end into the finish. I'm guessing the low jump is better though. R2I with a 0.2, I think that is world record. Yes, it is. So R2Y looking very good for potentially their first win today. You gotta imagine Zoman's still probably the favorite though, because he's Zoman. This feels quite fast. Oh, yeah, it feels less fast. So much for that low exit I was planning. Yeah, so Archie and Zoman both drive straight off like I do. And those are the two people, you know, potentially faster than me. So I'm gonna trust them. I'm gonna reset just because that didn't feel that good. Felt a little bit better, I think. Not a whole lot better. Really got close to that inside wall that time. That's pretty good. I'm not really sure what this is going to be. Ah, quite fast. So I think that was mostly that inner hook that's giving me the extra speed. Another 0.5 on not that great of a run. I should also probably mention the possible sandbagging of RTM Lover 2007, who I'm pretty sure is actually not RTM Lover 2007. Maybe an alt account for another very fast racer. Ooh. I ran out a little bit wide, but I did get a tiny bit of that wheel hook. I felt pretty good. And Zoman doing some style points behind me. Still goes faster. Oh, that's disgusting. Don't mind me while I try that for the next 50 seconds. Oh, that is such a precise line. Maybe I don't like that. Sandals with the slow time at the moment needs to improve on that. I imagine they have time for another run. Oh, that's gross. It is, like, possible to do that faster. But you would need to land it so perfectly. Sandals does improve. Which is Matic D down to the elimination zone. Looks like Romans, Faranane, and Mew. So mid 45s, really low 45s. Look at that, there's 3 people within 1,000th of a second. From 18th to 20th. So I know I'm capable of doing 44.5 pretty consistently. I can tell I've got that beginning pretty good because I'm passing the few people who load in front of me pretty much before that speed equalizing booster. That was clean. Didn't get the inner wheel hook. Besides the wheel hook, I think this has been my best run so far. And that is a 0.534, which has been pretty much where I've been this whole time. So I think with that wheel hook, I save a little bit more time. Wonder what that is. Yeah, slow. Okay. The RTM lovers starting to show themselves as the fast racer they are. Zoman pretty consistent with the 0.4s though. I'm actually going to take this run because I do want to practice the wheel hook. Never mind, this run is... Well, there's another speed equalizer. I can still practice the wheel hook. Practice a different bobsled entry also. That, I think, did the opposite of what I wanted it to do. The problem with not getting the wheel hook is you're setting yourself up intentionally on a tight inside line, and it causes you to run out a little bit wider than you really want to be. So 4 eliminations again. Still 1 DNF per round, kind of sneaking through. And pretty much 44 is required now as we enter the top 17, the last round of 4 eliminations. That little bit of a hop, but we'll just take the run. A little sketchy on the bobsled entry. Did not get the inner hook at all. Over the final jump, and it's still RTY, Zoman. I think that could have been Sandals on the low jump. So all the fast players doing that. Interesting that others have not clued into that yet. Others doing the little flip off the side, which is a little bit more common of a, like, sort of semi-risky finish off of the side of a jump. But the thing is, you don't need to jump at all. You're just giving yourself extra air for no reason. Extra potential energy. And it's just slower to do it that way. I saw that time, that was Expert, the car that went a little bit lower off the bobsled, and it seems they actually got, they were a bit slower coming off of the bobsled, so that was kind of the thing I wanted to try out, was trying to get a lower exit to the bobsled. But perhaps that is, in fact, not faster. Final rounds of 4 eliminations. Directs, YOLO, Shady Nook, Palfly out, so into the top 13. All very solid players left. It's going to be pretty tough for these guys. Fortunately, this is a map that I'm doing pretty good. 2 eliminations per round now. Still, like, not super sure how that bobsled entrance is supposed to go. It was probably not how you wanted to do that. Looks like most people left are doing the low jump into the finish. And man, am I consistent with the 0.5s. 0.5 isn't going to get me a win. There's half a tenth right at the start, though. Should probably spectate either Zoman or RTY, just to see if there's any small thing I'm doing differently. This will be a slight improvement. Be back into the 0.4s, potentially. Yep. Zoman, though, consistent, I think, with the 0.3s. Is RTY and Zoman talking about this turn 2 inner? Or are they talking about the wheel hook? I will spectate Zoman if I can after my first run in this next round. So we got Pandamain and Expert out. Sandal's just barely hanging on down there. Solid start. Should probably pay attention to the time split at the first checkpoint, actually. Only hundredths of a second, but that's kind of what it's going to come down to in the finals. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of wiggle in the bobsled that I don't want. And there's a 0.5, another 0.5. I'm going to say that's safe. Zoman, where are you? What are you doing differently? Looks pretty wide up turn 2, but he did reset that run. It does keep it very wide in turn 2, which I feel like isn't faster. More or less the same line. This actually looks more awkward than what I do. Round with the 0.4 also, he's one of those guys that, I think I said in the last video, he kind of hides out the lower end of the top 10, and then when it gets to single elimination rounds, all of a sudden round is in it and can definitely win it. Doesn't go for the, oh, and RTY DNF'd. RTY, what happened? That was half a second slower to do it poorly. So RTY and Agix, who just reset there. Both of them DNFing in the round of 11. We go through now to the top 9. Let's see what GTR says. RTY was the fastest on GTR with that .296. Zoman round myself. Sandal sets a personal best in that last round. Little bit of a hop. Kind of all over the place at the start. Not a big deal, but I have time. That was not good either. That's really not good. Why is RTM Lover not winning is another good question we should be asking. I believe they're sandbagging. Ooh, didn't get the wheel hook, but that was as tight of a line as he could have gotten. Just enough time for one more run here. Potentially if I got a fast reset, which I did not. So I guess not enough time for one more run, but I should be safe once again, sitting in this sort of top 3 area. Zeklord right in front of me does need to improve, as does RTM Lover. We have seen RTM Lover go faster, and we've seen Zeklord go faster. I think Zeklord did a little bit more of a middle approach to the entry of that bobsled. Dang, until I messed up the wheel hook there. That was actually 0.3 pace. That was personal best pace. Zeklord with the snipe knocks out St. Nicholas. So it is St. Nick and RTM Lover out in this round. Sandals once again hangs on in the final place. Jabwa puts down a 0.3, so Jabwa getting into the mix here as well. Final round of 2 eliminations, the round of 7. So we will have yet another round with Jabwa's ghost right in my camera. Jabwa's actually faster than me in this part of the map. Jabwa does do the low entrance and the low exit. Did not get the wheel hook, which does set me off a bit wide. But I seem to have pulled away from the ghost of Jabwa haunting my vision. That's a 0.4, but it's not the 0.3s that Zoman keeps doing. Oh, that was almost a very clean start. Really trying to optimize this. Sandals. This is Sandals' only run. Does not have a time. Needs a 0.6, which is pretty quick, but Sandals has done a 0.5. I'm on a pretty good pace here. Sandals also wiggles a bit in the bobsled. Let's get a little bit of a wheel hook. So I think Sandals is on for a good ending here. And this should be a 0.5 from him, potentially. 0.4 even. Right behind me. So Linhart and Zeklord out. Zoman, myself, Sandals around Jabba the top 5. Jabba the last remaining non-Cup of the Day winner. Zoman has 12, Round has 10. Sandals and I each have 2. Tapped the inside wall. Oh, tapped the road. Kerncobb might be grinding this off in another lobby. Missed the start of the cup, perhaps. Whoa, I had like one wheel dip into that. Did you see that? That front right wheel like dipped into the inner, but didn't lock on. 44-4. Because I think Jobbers still did the high jump. Zoman in Sandals without a time. Sandals seems like he's getting picky with his runs. Pretty much even first checkpoint split. Zoman DNFing would be good news for the rest of us. Ouch. Zoman's not going to DNF. That was kind of a weird entrance, but he does go fastest. Jobber now needs to get a time. He's the next one coming to the end, and he does flip a little bit off. There's another car coming in right behind him as around NZT, and Jobber will be eliminated with the 44.5. Pretty quick times getting eliminated now. Zoman, consistent with the 0.3, still have had nobody match RTY's 0.296. Sandals goes like full commits to that inner, drops very far to the right side of the road coming out of the second bobsled. And does not improve at the final second, but does not need to for at least a third round in this cup. Sandals in the final spot not to get eliminated. And this is a pretty crazy top four. Zoman definitely looking like the favorite. Kind of seems like the rest of us are stuck in the 0.4s. I don't think that was a net positive wheel hook. Ugh. 44.57 is not that good. I did have a pretty weak start though. Sandals improves to a 0.43. That was a strong start. Up a 10th already, which is probably what I need. I just need to keep this. Could have been further to the inside for that turn. Yeah, I do need 1/10 to gain. Ooh, strange. But I think better than my previous run. Oh, it's going to be very close. 3 of us coming to the finish, and by 6 thousandths, round beats me. Ah, very disappointing there. Zoman with another 0.3 there. Nobody else seems to be able to do that. Stop it, Sandals. Stop looking at me. Zoman says spin. You know what? I know Zoman's done this on other tracks, and I don't agree with it, but Zoman might be trying to hit the finish backwards. Because your body is slightly further to the back of the car. So if you have a finish in the air like that, you can do a 180. And potentially save time. I personally am of the belief that tilting your body forward is actually a bigger time save. But I know there have been other tracks where Zoman has done this. We'll see what he does here. He's the last one remaining on their first run. Ooh, yeah, lands very far to the right. Doesn't quite get the inner wheel hook. Let's see Zoman. Yeah, it does the 540 into the finish, actually. Sandals still at the beginning of the map around. Oop, clips the ramp a little bit and does not get a very clean finish, but it seems like a pretty clean rest of the run to get a 0.46. Sandals still being picky with it. See what he is able to do. We did see him put down the .43, but I think that has been his best time so far. Really clean through the bobsled. He does land very far to the right here as he full commits to that inner. I think got enough of it to not destroy his run. So he comes into the finish zone and spinning in front of him. Round not on a run, and by 2 milliseconds, round gets eliminated. Zoman again with the .3s and Sandals with only the .4s. It is going to be very, very tough to beat Zoman. Oh, meanwhile, Kernkop has set world record outside of this lobby. I said I wanted to see what Kernkop could do. What can Sandals do? Can Sandals pick up a third Cup of the Day win here in the finals against Zoman? Zoman looking for a 13th Cup win. Definitely the favorite of these two remaining. Both of them load in pretty much at the same time. Zoman a tiny bit behind. Both of them pretty far to the left, as Zoman is already a car length ahead. Sandals resets, realizing that that is not a good start. Zoman cuts that very far to the left. I think maybe saves time by taking a more direct line through that section. That might be where that 10th of a second I was missing was. Pretty clean run from Zoman so far. Sets up a little bit wider so that he doesn't have to get that inner wheel hook. Ah, this was built as an anniversary of Northwind playing Zeepkist for 2 years, is what they said in chat. .353, that is almost a 10th faster than Sandals' personal best, but Sandals got a very clean inner wall ride. Does that save them enough time to actually take the lead away? No, it does not. Another .462, which was exactly what round was eliminated with in third place. See if Sandals can improve on that. Needs to improve by a 10th of a second, as Zoman seems to be on another fast run. Sandals resets, last second. This will be their final attempt. Pretty clean start. I like how it looks so far. .353 to beat and a personal best of .430. Could have been a touch more to the inside. That's ultimately what knocked me out with that tiny gap to round. Strange entry to the bobsled, but I think it actually works out for him. And Sandals, he full commits to this inner. Did not get it super great. It seems like it's been a pretty fast run so far, but Zoman with the .3s, that's pretty hard to beat. Sandals does not do it. Zoman grabs yet another Cup of the Day win. Congratulations to him. Thank you all for watching this video. If you want to join these cups yourself, join the CTR Discord, which I'll post in the description below. And if you want to see stats and results, my spreadsheet is always down there in the description as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.